Now explain the interaction you had with him.
So I came up, had his back turned to me, and I just kind of got him in a hold, got him to the ground. He was still like squirming around and still, going crazy.
Dan, you said Danny, right?
Yes, correct.
Do you mind showing me?
Sure, yeah. Came like this.
Okay. Did you apply pressure, Daniel?
No, I just wanted to keep him from getting to people.
So he says, if I don't get this, I'm going to kill everyone. Something
Go to
that,
jail forever.
Yeah.
I'm willing to.
Is it at that point that's when you get up and decide to put him in the hole?
I'm not trying to kill the guy.
Right.
I'm just trying to de-escalate the situation, right?
I understand.
Yeah.
He felt like he was threatening other people. He felt like.
Oh, he was absolutely.
Did you feel like someone's life was in danger?
100%.
A former Marine who placed a disruptive subway passenger in a chokehold was acquitted on December 9, 2024. This case sparked intense debate, with some viewing his actions as an act of bravery, while others see it as a troubling example of vigilante justice in the name of public safety. A Manhattan jury found Daniel Penny not guilty of criminally negligent homicide in the 2023 death of Jordan Neely, a 30-year-old man who was disturbing and threatening several passengers on an NYC train. The courtroom erupted with a mix of cheers and outrage as the verdict was read. Jordan Neely's father and two supporters were escorted out after reacting emotionally, while other individuals broke down in tears, sobbing as they exited the courtroom. Daniel Penny went out to celebrate right after by having a drink with his lawyers, commenting on how he felt great.
How's it going? How's it feel?
Feels great. He's finally got the justice he's deserved.
This case ignited deep divisions in America, bringing issues like race, politics, homelessness, and mental health into sharp focus. Jordan Neely, a homeless black man with mental illnesses, lost his life at the hands of Daniel Penny, a former white Marine, further fueling the controversy. Was Daniel Penny right to step in and help de-escalate the situation? Should he have let an unstable passenger on a public train continue to threaten dozens of fellow subway riders? Maybe the force he used was just a little too much. Hope you true crime junkies came for your hit of this. Welcome to How to Deal. Daniel Penny is a Marine veteran from West Islip, New York. At the time of the killing, he was 24 years old. On May 1st, 2023, he was on a northbound F train planning on heading to the gym. Sometime after 2 p.m., Jordan Neely, a homeless and reportedly disturbed man, stopped the train doors from closing with his foot and entered the boxed car. Jordan Neely was a 30-year-old man who grew up in Bayonne, New Jersey. He had an extensive criminal record, including 42 arrests for offenses such as petty larceny, hopping the turnstiles, and assaults, some of which against women on the subway. Neely had a history of mental issues, including schizophrenia, depression, and PTSD, which were linked to trauma developed in his youth, most stemming from his mother being murdered and her body being found in a suitcase by the highway when he was just 14 years old. As an adult, Neely was known for his performances as a Michael Jackson impersonator, performing in Times Square and subway stations. He was said to have been a talented dancer. Once Neely became homeless, he slipped into a cycle of mental health crises, arrests, and hospitalization that would continue until his death. Prosecutors stated that Neely was high on synthetic marijuana at the time of the incident. He stood in the middle of the car, slammed his jacket on the ground, and then started yelling that he didn't have any food and he didn't have any water. He continued by yelling, "I don't mind going to jail and getting life in prison. I'm ready to die. Someone is going to die today," witnesses testify. Other witnesses state how Neely was frightening, throwing garbage all around and threatening to kill other passengers, recalling how he made half-lunge movements at other passengers, reaching within half a foot of people while they feared for their lives. Daniel Penny said that Neely repeatedly threatened to kill other passengers. It wasn't until Neely had a mother and her son cornered, hiding behind nothing but a child stroller, that Penny came up from behind him and grabbed him by the neck in some sort of chokehold, wrapped his legs around him, and took him down to the floor. Neely's arms were also pinned down by two other men who were helping subdue the unruly passenger. The chokehold was placed for over 3 minutes. Daniel Penny was restraining Jordan Neely until the train arrived at the following stop, Broadway Lafayette on the F line. The passengers were holding the doors open until the cops arrived on the scene. A cell phone video shows Neely lying on the ground after Penny released his hold, displaying brief signs of breathing. Police arrived on the scene at 2:30 p.m., administering first aid to an unconscious Neely.
Right on the wrist. Right on the wrist. This one. You got pulse. You got pulse. Breathing.
He was pronounced dead after being transported to Lenox Hill Hospital. Penny was taken for questioning by the NYPD and released without charge several hours later. 2 days later, on May 3rd, the medical examiner ruled Neely's death a homicide, citing compression of the neck as the cause. This determination was made after an autopsy and a review of cell phone footage, but did not wait for the results from a toxicology report. On May 11, the district attorney's office announced that Daniel Penny would face a second-degree manslaughter charge, a crime that carries a potential sentence of 5 to 15 years behind bars. On May 12, Penny turned himself into the police for arrest and was arraigned in Manhattan Criminal Court. He was released on $100,000 bail. The trial began on November 1st, 2024. Evidence included in the case was witness testimonies, a surveillance video, and the cell phone footage. Daniel Penny's attorney argued against the medical examiner's determination of a homicide, citing a pathologist's testimony stating that Neely died from a combination of factors, including his sickle cell trait, a schizophrenic episode, struggling with Penny's restraint, and intoxication from K2 synthetic marijuana. On December 6th, the charge for manslaughter was dropped following the jury deadlock. And on December 9, Daniel Penny was found not guilty of the remaining charge of criminally negligent homicide. Following the verdict, Penny joined his legal team at a Manhattan bar to celebrate. New York City media reported that residents were divided, with some supporting and others opposing Penny's actions. Critics of Penny characterized him as a vigilante and alleged his actions to be motivated by racism. Supporters of Penny defended him as a good Samaritan, seeking to protect the other passengers on that said date.
I heard the young man that's on the floor saying, hey, I'm willing to die, I'll do anything, I'm willing to die, I'll go to jail, I don't care. And he was saying it so loud that everyone turned around. So this young man, he got belligerent and he tackled him down.
Several protests took place after the verdict throughout the city, with protesters marching the streets and holding vigils at the same train station Jordan Neely died at, halting all immediate trains. Do you agree with this verdict? What's your take on how a good Samaritan should approach a situation? Would you step in to defend others less fortunate if you happen to witness a crime in progress? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this content and made it this far, click on that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our videos, and check out our other true crime documentaries. Thanks for watching, and take care.